Assalamu alaikum, Peter. Yesterday we were talking about reflexive and emphatic nouns, pronouns. Now today we are going to talk about demonstrative pronouns. Let me write some sentences for you. This is an apple. Number second, these are mangoes. Mumbai, mangoes are better than those of Bangalore. Okay, that is the red fort. Okay, so you can notice that the pronouns like this, these, those, that, etc. are used to point out the objects. They are used to point out objects to which they refer. Okay, they point out. For example, this points out an apple. Apple is the object, and this is a pronoun that actually refers to an object, that's apple. And here in the second case, these actually refers to mangoes, objects, because they point out the mangoes. This points out the apple, and therefore because they point out the objects to which they refer, we call them demonstrative pronouns. This, that, these, those, these are all demonstrative pronouns. But sometimes we can, for example, second case, first example, for example, this book is mine. This book, here this isn't followed by any noun. Noun apple is written at the end, and this isn't followed. This is followed by verb. Here this is followed by a verb, and that is followed by a verb, helping verb. Here this is directly followed by a noun. This book is a noun, and this modifies that noun. So here it is used in an adjective. This, anything that modifies and adds something to the meaning of a noun or modifies a noun is an adjective. So here this is used as an adjective. Here it's used as a demonstrative pronoun because this refers to an object. Here this is modified. This modifies the noun because noun immediately follows this. So here this is used as demonstrative. Whenever they are followed by nouns, they are demonstrative adjectives. We can write many more examples. For this book is mine, that pen is yours, this boy is nice, what was that noise? Okay, so that noise, that is, this horse is. Now second, this, now how to classify these demonstrative pronouns? This actually refers to the thing that's this. Number first refers what is close at hand, nearest to the speaker. This is a boy. This is a. That means it refers to the nearby things, and that refers to things that are far away. That refers to the things that are far away. Further away. For example, that means there is sort of distance between the speaker and the object it refers, and this means there is a relatively lesser distance between the speaker and the object. And another use of this and that is that, and its plural form is those, is used to avoid repetition, is used to avoid repetition of already mentioned, avoid repetition of already mentioned noun. Now, for example, the climate of Kashmir is better than that of England. Okay, that means here the climate of Kashmir is better than, we can write the climate of Kashmir is better than the climate of England. But we say the climate of Kashmir is better than that of England. Here that refers to the climate of England. Climate of Kashmir is better than the climate of England. Here we say the climate of Kashmir is better than that of England. So here that of England means the climate of England. That here is actually used to avoid the repetition of the already mentioned. Okay, now number third use, when two things which have been already mentioned, when two things already mentioned or referred, this refers to the thing last mentioned, and that refers to the thing first mentioned. Okay, when two things which have already been referred, for example, they have already been mentioned in a sentence, so this refers the thing that's mentioned last, while that refers the thing that is mentioned first. For example, virtue and vice, virtue and vice offer themselves for your choice. Okay, this leads to misery, that leads to happiness. Here this refers the thing last mentioned, that is vice, and that refers to happiness, that is virtue. It is the thing that refers the thing first mentioned, while this refers the thing last mentioned. This refers to the thing last mentioned. We have mentioned why a vice at last, while virtue at first, so that refers the thing. Virtue and vice offer them as choices. This leads to misery. That means vice, thing last mentioned. Vice refers to, and that refers to happiness. That means the thing first mentioned. That's virtue. Okay. For example, alcohol and tobacco are both injurious. This perhaps less than that. alcohol and tobacco are injurious. This perhaps, that means think mention lots, that's tobacco. This perhaps less than that. That means alcohol. Okay. I hope all of you understood demonstrative pronouns. Tomorrow we'll be discussing indefinite and distributive pronouns. We'll meet again. Till then, Khuda Hafiz.